Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody tonight? All right. To open the show, we have a gentleman who has performed all over the world. He is from Vancouver. Please put your hands together for the comedy of Billy Mitchell!
Well, good evening, Kelowna. How are you feeling tonight? Good to hear. It's great to be back up here. Haven't been up here in a long time. Like they said, I'm from Vancouver. I live on the west side of Vancouver, very fashionable neighborhood. This means I have a basement suite for $900 a week. Oh yeah, but it's got a great view. Honey, come on, check it out. The front lawn's still there. If you've never lived in a basement suite, trust me, it's like Insect Grand Central Station, just bugs everywhere. And as a result, the spiders have optimum grazing land. Oh, the spiders are huge. I'm walking to the kitchen the other night and I tripped over one. Stuck his little leg out, ran away laughing. He's got his own dish. And I'm trying to dress the place up, give it that West Coast style, you know? So I went and bought one of those little Japanese bonsai trees. It cost like $1,000 a piece. I couldn't afford that, so I just potted a broccoli. Same effect, 79 cents a bunch. I'm trying to get into that. I'm trying to get into the whole sort of Asian cultural thing. You know, I actually bought an origami company, but it folded. I love the mixed reaction on that. We sort of like it, but no, not really. It was too cheesy. But you got to be into that. If you're in the Vancouver area, there's been a large influx of people moving there from the various Pacific Rim nations. And you can hear the West Coast rednecks whining about it. Hear these guys going, man, I hate this. These Chinese people coming over here and buying up all our land. In the background, there's always one native guy going, yeah. Shit happens, don't it, paleface? Chill out, have some smokes. Oh, you can have this blanket back, too. So drove up here today, took the lovely Coquihalla Highway. It's the first time, actually, like I said, it's been that long since I've been up here. First time I drove up when you didn't have to stop at the little booth and give them $10 for the privilege of driving a highway. Because they designed it so well, too. Do you love this highway? They started it at sea level and then took it up through the stratosphere. So no matter what temperature it was when you left the house, you're now driving through nuclear winter. And I was driving it before in my old car, because I'm a road guy. I had crappy cars, okay? Like I used to have a 1979 Honda Accordion. Yeah, I'm not saying it was rusty, but it did have excellent drainage. And I always used to buy my crappy cars that dull, ugly silver gray color so you can fix them with duct tape and nobody really notices. But I had traded up a few years ago to a, what was it? It was a Dodge Eagle Colt Mitsubishi. I have no idea what kind of car it was, to be honest. I do know that it was an international consortium. Because, it's an American car company, Chrysler, which at that time their logo was a pentagram. And Dodge was a goat's head. Yeah, I was driving the anti-Chrysler, is what I was doing. But it's an American car company, but it was assembled in Canada using a German engine built in Korea by a Japanese company. I've got the G8 nations under the hood. None of the parts can get along. And the thing breaks down on me, no little warning lights, just nothing. So I get out of the car in my little Vancouver windbreaker, pop the hood, and I've got to hold it open with my head because I lost that little stick that goes there. And I look under the hood of this car and I can understand nothing because the car was built after 1980, right? Because, bear with me, my first car ever, 1964 Rambler. Anybody remember this car with the slant six? You could pop the hood, get in, and walk around the engine. What's wrong, my little buddy? Tinker, tinker, tinker. Oh, it's starting to rain. Close the hood. Still plenty of room to work in here. Pop the hood of any car built after about 1980. It's like a kelp forest. Just tubes and wires. But what can I do? I can check the oil. Yes, you have oil. Oh, my little darling, your hoses are so firm. I'm giving my engine a massage, for crying out loud. The only thing I do understand about this car is somewhere in there is a computer chip that has somehow managed to connect itself to the computer chip in my bank machine. So every time my checking account balance goes over about $400, the car goes, buy me something. We're in the middle of nowhere. I can't buy you anything. So we eventually strike up the deal. Car says, okay, you can have the engine back, but no wipers. Great. So now I've got dental floss tied to the wiper blades. I'm steering with my knee, and I'm driving a Nordic track, is what I'm doing. I'm firming and toning as I drive. And then, because I had the nerve to breathe while driving, the car completely fogs up. So I reach to the dashboard, and those are the little levers there. But you're not allowed to put words on them. You gotta put little pictures, right? So all I know is I can shoot blue arrows at my face, or red arrows at my shoes, or wavy lines past a sort of lozenge shape. So I figure that's gotta be either defog or Hall's mentholyptus. Has anybody here ever got cold medicine that gives you wavy lines in front of your eyes? I'm looking for that. I am looking for that. I am looking for cold medication that will make me hallucinate. Because I figure if I'm going to be sick, I may as well be stoned. No, they're trying to sell us this stuff, this non-drowsy cold formula. Have you heard of this stuff? It's like, wow, I'm really sick and really aware of it. Man, I feel like dirt. But I can't seem to sleep, so I may as well go to work. Good to see ya. Share my virus. I don't want that. I want the extra drowsy cold formula. I want the Benylin purple haze formulation. I want something with a warning panel that opens out a couple of pages, you know. Do not drive, do not operate heavy machinery. Why the heavy machinery clause? Anybody else out there is like, oh man, I'm so stuffed up. Is that a backhoe? No, I've never tried one before. I just have a craving. I got cold medication for my 6-year-old son. Do not operate heavy machinery. It's all right, Ben. Put away the Tonka toys. You're on Lego until the sniffles clear up. Do not operate heavy machinery. Who are you fooling, pal? The toaster oven will prove a challenge on this stuff. For added bonus points, add vodka. Oh, I'm alone on this, am I? I'm the only one in the room who's ever got a prescription from the doctor that says, do not take with alcohol. I wonder why. Honey, if you need me, I'll be in the living room with a bottle of scotch doing some medical experiments. Neocitrin and vodka? Nitrocitrin? No? You never tried that? Okay. Neocitrin's like vodka helper. So anyway, yeah, so we drove up here today, staying in a nice hotel. Yeah, there's two kinds of hotels there. There's the nice hotel, and you can tell immediately when you're in a nice hotel when you go into the bathroom, right? Because the shampoo is in little bottles. You ever been in a cheap hotel where they just have those little plastic ketchup packets? You're in the shower, you're all soapy, you can't open the damn thing. So you do what you do with a ketchup packet? I do it with a mouthful of Pert Plus. But your teeth are shiny and manageable for days afterwards. And the other way you can tell if it's a nice hotel, it's the shower head, right? The shower head we've got is one of those Teledyne water pick, adjustable, massage thing. Oh, I love it. You get into a cheap hotel, they only have two kinds of shower heads. They either have the 18th century, 800 pounds per square inch riot control nozzle. You ever dealt with one of these? You turn it on, it pins you against the back wall. Sure, the pressure feels great on your shoulders, but if you turn around wrong, it'll remove a nipple. I didn't even know I had nipples. Now I only have one. Or nowadays, of course, because everybody's trying to save energy, they put in these PowerSmart water saver ones that don't really put out water, they just kind of emit a warm fog. You're in the shower for about 45 minutes, it's like I'm almost humid. Little bars of soap sticking to you. Yeah. Who needs that? But no matter if you're in a cheap hotel or a nice hotel, when you reach out to grab the towel, you have to reach out past this little laminated plaque, the plaque of guilt, as I call it, that says in no uncertain terms just how many millions of gallons of fresh water and how many tons of detergent are used every day just so you can have a clean towel. You're frightened. I'm killing the planet by wanting to get dry. You wind up patting down with a face cloth. And then there's this elaborate code of how to deal with the towel afterwards. If you're going to use it again, you have to fold it, put it over the rail. If you're not going to use it again, you throw it in the tub. If they're all tied together off the balcony, you're probably not going to settle your room service tab. Ah, dear. But yeah, I've been on the road a lot lately. It's a dangerous place to be if you're not in a car. Thank goodness today was nice weather, though, because I have driven in conditions, again, on the highway previously mentioned, where I was driving one time and they had one of those little flashing indicator signs that says, "Watch out for black ice." How do you watch out for black ice? You have no idea that it's there, do you? Until you're going, well, we're coming down this hill a little bit quickly. I better just touch the brakes. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we're in some deep, dark stuff now. Drive back to the toll booth. Can I go again? That was so much fun. All the joyrides. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at the time. I'm having a tough time telling the time. I've just got this new designer wristwatch. It's a Stephen Hawking wristwatch. Yeah, the hands don't work, but it really understands the concept. Now that's a mixed response. I get terrible from over there, I get half an applause. It was almost like an applause. I didn't know there was a singular. So, yeah, I'm getting older. Anybody else? It's better than the alternative. Oh man, just age catches up on you. This happened to me the other day. I went into the kitchen to get some Tylenol. And I'm reading the instructions on the Tylenol, which in itself is a sign I'm getting old, that I can't remember how to take flippin' Tylenol. And I'm trying to read the instructions on it, and there's this little teeny lettering, and I can't seem to get it close enough without it going out of focus, and now reading the instructions is giving me a headache. So I figure either I need reading glasses, or that's the smartest piece of marketing I've ever seen in my life. Can you imagine? Just reading the instructions on a proprietary medication gives you the symptoms it's supposed to cure? I'm afraid to even glance at a package of Preparation H now. Yeah, so I'm wondering, I've been through some stuff recently. I went to the psychologist. I confess. Okay, I went to a psychologist because I was having some difficulties. And the psychologist diagnosed me as a passive-aggressive obsessive-compulsive, which really ticked me off. And I was going to do something about it, but I was busy ironing my garbage. My friends say I have a messiah complex, but I forgive them. Oh, what else should we do? Should we do some impressions? Do you like impressions, folks? Yeah? All right, these will put you off them for a while. My impressions suck. They're more depressions, actually. I'll try a couple to start off with something simple. My impression of horse racing. Horse racing in the fog. And there they go! Thank you. Pablo Picasso taking a roadside sobriety test. All right, sir, could you step into the car, please? Now, put your arms at full length. Now, touch your nose. Okay, so it wasn't an impressionist, it was a cubist, I'm sorry. It was written during my blue period. Sylvester Stallone as a small child. Yo, 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 yo. If he was Jewish, oi, 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 oi. Oh my God, I just realized I put away an imaginary prop. That's because for years I worked as a roadie for a mime company, you know. Every day the same thing, put away the rope, pack it into a box, load it up. All right, let's get a little bit obscure on you. How about my favorite modern day philosopher, Dr. Deepak Chopra, going through international customs. So it's Mr. Chopra, is it? Tell me, Mr. Chopra, where do you live? Where do I live? Well, that is a very vexing question, really. Because when you say me, you're referring to me, who is the thinker of my thoughts, who's currently residing in this body, which is made up of molecules, which is further made up of subatomic particles, which are not even particles at all, but just waves of San Diego. So we've all been through international customs, haven't we? Yeah. I live like a mile from the U.S. border, actually, yeah. And so I haven't bought gas in Canada in 10 years. But I get paranoid. I'm like a borderline paranoiac, you know. As soon as I get near the borderline, I'm like, oh my God. And it's changed over the years. Like, 20 years ago, it was like, oh my God, is there a roach in the ashtray? Now it's like, did the kids finish the apples? Wouldn't that be embarrassing, doing hard time and for produce? Wind up in jail, what you in for? Apples? What's your name, cellmate? Okay, couple quick ones and then I'm out of here. How about Tony Soprano from The Sopranos, rest his soul. Leaning on the owner of a toy store. Yeah, Mr. Toy Store owner, nice collection of Slinkies you got there. It'd be a shame if something happened to them, like if they was to fall downstairs. I should have gone back to the Deepak Chopra thing. It's working so well for me. All right, final one, with apologies in advance to the memory of the late, great actor, knighted actor, Sir Alec Guinness, doing his first feminine hygiene commercial. In a recent survey, OB tampons were compared to Tampax and Playtex. And after surveying over 40,000 North American women, Obi-Wan. Thank you very much. Enjoy Rand Barry and the One Hit Wonders. You've been lovely, Kelowna. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Billy Mitchell. We're going to take a 20-minute break.